What's going on, everybody? Timothy Wilkes here with T-Dubs Entertainment, and I am here to discuss the fight I said I was going to talk about yesterday, which was Goku versus Superman. Who would actually win? And honestly, it would depend on the version of Superman, because there are several different versions. There are several different writers for Superman. There are several different strength levels. Even with Goku, his writing and his durability, all that stuff is rather inconsistent, just like Superman's. But I can give you the rundown of skills. Actually, Superman, he can bench press a planet, the weight of a star, actually, because in the death of Superman, he was no, it was it was that too, and also it was a training when he was training his body. He was lifting the weight of a star, and he said, "I feel like I could do more." He survived a supernova. He has massive amounts of superhuman strength, speed. So he has super speed. It's a power of his. He has durability, and all of this stuff is powered by the sun. So these are actual superpowers. Versus his opponent doesn't have his opponents gain his powers through martial arts training. He doesn't have only superpower he had was the ability to transform into a Super Saiyan. But we'll get into his stuff later on, and to turn into a grade 8. But he doesn't have his tail, so that doesn't count. But anyway, Superman has super strength, super speed, durability. He can absorb more sunlight and become even more powerful. He has heat vision, freeze breath. He survived a supernova. He can fly from here to the sun in seconds, probably less than that. He's certain versions of Superman where he carried planet Earth on his back. Like I said, he could bench press the weight of a sun. He still said he could do more. His strength level is unmatched by a lot of other. Only person that can scale to his strength level is Martian Manhunter. People like Shazam, God levels, the new gods, Darkseid himself. He said because Darkseid was the only person he said I can go all out, but he went all out with Doomsday as well. Doomsday, people like that scale to his strength level. Everyone else he kind of holds back to keep from killing, similar to Goku. If Goku held back, if Goku didn't hold back, the whole planet would probably be destroyed. He holds back to keep the planet from being destroyed, to keep the whole planet from falling apart. But it will get to him. He holds because Superman. He said, "I feel like I'm in the world of cardboard." When he's fighting Darkseid, I feel like I'm in the world of cardboard. If I overdo it any small bit, someone dies. Any of his villains, it may seem like he's getting beat, but none of his villains he holds back to keep from killing people. He had to endure training to keep himself from from killing people. Every step he takes, everything he does, everything he does, he has to hold back all of his power from day to day just to be normal. So he holds back significantly, even when he's fighting certain opponents, even with his villains, he holds back significantly. And but you get to see some of his full power when he fights Darkseid. But that's the only one he doesn't hold his punches with. And like I said, he has super speed. Is relative to the Flash. The Flash is a lot faster, but in foot race he can keep up with the Flash, but he's not faster. The Flash can actually rev his up to pass the speed of light. He can go so fast he can go back in time. Superman can't do this. In other comics, he's flown around the Earth so fast he made the Earth rotate backwards. Those are certain versions of Superman. He flew so fast. Flying speed, Flash couldn't keep up. But as far as running speed, Flash is way faster. But so he's relative to the Flash when it comes to speed, especially when it comes to flying. So, like I said, there was an animated version. It was an animated movie where he survived a supernova and he was undamaged. He survived a fight with Doomsday, and there was no damage. He killed Doomsday on a few occasions during his incarnations and things like that. So he is his strength is on a whole nother level compared to Son Goku. Goku uses a finite energy source, which is his own ki. Superman uses the power of the sun to fuel his power. Superman. What else do he can do X-ray vision. He has like I said, the heat vision. He has what else? What other powers does he have? I'm trying to see if I'm trying to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. He can lobotomize people. So if it was a fight to the death, Goku would be screwed. Because he could lobotomize people. He could. He really could. He had certain hacks he has could make different fights really unfair because he's just extremely powerful. Extremely powerful, extremely durable, extremely fast. He could just, if he actually let loose, he could end a lot of fights that we've seen in the anime series and even in the comics. He could end a lot of those fights quickly. This is pre New 52. I'm not talking about New 52. I'm talking about pre New 52 Superman. In this case, Goku would stand no chance, but I'm going to explain why. Goku has finite energy, like I said, from his own ki. His ki could wear out. His ki could run down. Superman could eventually wear him down, even though it was a quote in the comics, but that may be geared towards New 52 Superman. But Batman told Superman that even Wonder Woman had a greater fighting speed than Superman. He said, you may be fast, but your fighting speed is lacking. You have slow fighting speed. As far as fighting and combat, his combat speed is slow compared to Wonder Woman. And said, due to your ability, due to you holding back, and Wonder Woman, if it was a fight to the death, Wonder Woman would kill you. But this is Batman's. It's a quote from actually Batman, and Batman's pretty good at gauging his opponents and knowing what is what when it comes to fighting. He knows who he can and can't beat, so he can gauge that pretty well. That was a quote, but usually when people they do quotes like that, they're letting the audience know where they stack up, because basically Wonder Woman would beat Superman if it was hand-to-hand combat. If they were on the same level of power, Wonder Woman would stomp Superman because his fighting speed is a lot slower. She's trained to be a warrior, and even Batman, if he was on the same power as Superman, he would lose because his hand-to-hand combat is lacking. But as far as, let's say, and if Goku and Superman were on the same level, Superman would royally lose, because Goku has a lot of. Let's go into Goku. He has a lot of techniques. He has the Afro image. He has Kamehameha. He has the Spirit Bomb, which I doubt Superman would let him do. He has the Structo Disc. He has, a Solar Flare. He can blind his opponent with the Solar Flare. He has instant transmission, Warp Kamehameha. Let's see what else he knows. Because Afteran is one of my favorite, because he's been known to trick a lot of his opponents. Even Frieza, even when he was fighting Caulifla in base form, he was whipping Caulifla in base form. Caulifla was Super Saiyan 2, and he was still thrashing her around in base form until she kind of started catching on to because she's a brawler, but she can catch on pretty fast. But he started whipping her with just his technique. And let's see, you got After Image, you got Kamehameha, you got Spirit Bomb, you have like I said, instant transmission. He can maneuver and a lot quicker than Superman, because Superman can fly, move fast, but instant transmission, it's not as fast as instant transmission. He can sense ki, and Goku actually use instant transmission in mid combat, so Goku can use that to his advantage. But Superman also has super hearing, so he could probably hear the vibration in the air, similar to Super Android 17. So he probably could track Goku's instant transmission, he could probably study the vibrational patterns in the air and determine where Goku's going to wind up. If they actually went all out, it could really give Goku a problem. He has, like I said, and it, unlike the Goku versus Batman fight, Goku has access to all his powers, including Ultra Instinct, Mastered Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Ultra Instinct, and Mastered Ultra Instinct. He has, and then he has the usage of Ultra Instinct even in his base form, all the way up to the actual. Although it drains a lot of power, so he doesn't use it a whole lot. But he can he can use the technique of Ultra Instinct in his other forms as well. So let's see, he got has a Super Saiyan God, and even in Super Saiyan God, when he fought Lord Beerus, the universe had ripples in it. The universe was rippling up, and it reached all the way to Supreme Kai's planet. It reached with King Kai's planet, so it was all the way into Otherworld. They were afraid that the universe was going to tear apart just with him sparring with Beerus. Just that fight alone, they were afraid the whole universe was going to be torn apart. So that shows you, that was just Super Saiyan God when he first got it, and that shows what lack of training can do. So we've never seen Goku with all of his feats. We never seen him just go all out, because if he actually did, it would destroy the planet Earth. But we saw Super Saiyan 3 Goku fight Kid Buu. He was giving it everything he got, but he said he could have finished it if he went all out from the start. But he let the fight drag on. He wanted Vegeta to fight. They were playing around. He said he probably could have done it if he went all out. But he didn't. He barely. Goku always holds back when he fights. He doesn't really just go all out. He did go all out when he fought Zamasu, Super Saiyan Blue. After the fusion of Vegito split up, he went all out in the Kamehameha. That's why his arms were kind of shattered. But he went all out and overpowered Zamasu's blast and used a Kaioken to break his grip on that he had on Goku's leg, and he actually managed to damage Zamasu. So, this was before they fused. I'm sorry. It was before him and Vegeta fused into Vegito. This before the fusion, because they had to take a senzu bean and fuse. But it seems like it's dragging on because Goku has a lot of different powers. Like I said, he has the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, with the Kaioken, and then he has Ultra Instinct and Mastered Ultra Instinct, which is, with Mastered Ultra Instinct, it would be kind of tough. So now we got all his powers out of the way. We know Goku couldn't beat Superman in base, so we're just gonna skip to even in Super Saiyan forms, he wouldn't stand any chance, because although Goku would be winning at first because of his combat experience, his martial arts training and everything like that. If he goes to Super Saiyan 3, it would only last for so long, because Superman could just wear him down, because Superman, like I said, Superman's powered by the sun. So Superman would eventually wear him down. He would eventually wear him down. I doubt when he discovers that Superman's power isn't decreasing any, I doubt he'd try to go 3, because Super Saiyan 3 drains a lot of power. He would probably go right off. He would probably go Super Saiyan 2 and up into God, or Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God doesn't drain you. He would try God and fight with God a little while, and it'll stamina drain is a lot slower, but Superman would eventually catch on, and Superman would eventually start getting the ups on him. Even if you go into Super Saiyan Blue, same thing. It drains. Super Saiyan Blue drains a little more power too. Super Saiyan God plus Super Saiyan, and it was said that it drains power. Super Saiyan God doesn't drain power, but it's a lot weaker. But Super Saiyan Blue has a power advantage. That's why he switched from Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue when he struck his opponents. to get the power advantage. Super Saiyan God has a speed advantage. Super Saiyan Blue has a power advantage. So he could, as far as combat speed, he could keep up with Superman. Because Superman's combat speed is a lot slower. But Superman outmatches him in strength. But he can get around Superman with combat speed, because Superman's fighting. I've seen him in a lot of comics. I've seen him fight even in animes. His fighting isn't all that impressive. He's just really strong and powerful, and he can outlast his opponents. That's all I've seen him really do. He just overpower or outlast his opponents. But as far as Goku fighting, Goku would overwhelm Superman at first, but Superman would eventually wear him down because of his limited ki, because his finite energy source. He would go into blue. He would find out that's ineffective, and then he would go into Ultra Instinct. He probably, even though Ultra Instinct is not, I don't know, it's not all that. Ultra Instinct is not all that impressive when it comes to attack potency. But Mastered Ultra Instinct, you have speed, you have attack potency, you have all of that together. You have offense and defense. So Goku would eventually go, and on this level, I'd say he could definitely keep up with Superman when it comes to fighting. As far as durability, I don't know, but Goku's body is hard as a rock when it comes to Mastered Ultra Instinct, because when Moro fought him, Moro broke his hand on Goku when he tried to hit him. So his body is about as durable as Superman's when it's in Mastered Ultra Instinct. His body hardens, his speed, his strength, all of that increases. He can predict all your moves. He can move and fight without thinking. He doesn't even have to think. Superman thinks thousands of times faster, but when it comes to Ultra Instinct, he don't have to think. Goku don't even have to think. You can move at him and he can dodge it. His body moves without his mind. So when it comes to that, the other transformation, Goku may be overpowered, but when it comes to this, it would come to this fight. It would all amount down to how long can Goku last in this form. I think because Goku could actually have a fighting advantage when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. He could knock Superman around. Because I saw him fight Superman fight Mongrel in fights. Mongrel is incredibly slow, bulky and slow, and just overpower Superman, similar to Doomsday. Doomsday really is pretty fast though. But when I saw him fight Mongrel, I was kind of disappointed that he got overpowered he was losing to Mongrel and had to have help to beat him. But like I said, Goku would have a fighting advantage. Like if it was a fight to the death, Superman would use one of his hacks to win. But if it's just a fight, since neither one of them realistically would try to kill one another, Goku would hand-to-hand combat. Goku could win, but when it comes to power and strength, Superman could eventually outlast and overpower him. Especially when you take the sun into account, and the more of a beating Superman takes, he loses solar power. But if the sun, he could always go to where the sun is and get closer to the sun and get more power. So he has an unlimited power source. Goku doesn't. So Superman could possibly outlast Goku when it comes to Mastered Ultra Instinct. He could overpower the other forms, but as far as Ultra Instinct, because he could really cut loose. Especially once he finds out how strong Goku actually is, he could release more of his power and match it. He could always pull into the well that he has from holding back, because he holds back constantly on a regular basis. So does Goku. But when they actually go all out, it will probably, but they would have to, knowing how they are when it comes to not wanting the planet to be destroyed, they'd probably hold back for that sake. But if let's say they were fighting in an endless void somewhere, and they were able to go all out, it would come down, like I said, it would come down to the time period that Goku would have in Ultra Instinct. If he was shattering the universe at Super Saiyan God, that's why they had in the Tournament of Power, they had to fight in an endless void, because otherwise they fought in a living universe. It probably would have shattered that universe, because it was fighters in there that were so much more powerful than Super Saiyan God Goku when he first fought Beerus. A lot of people, some people in Universe 7 were stronger than Super Saiyan God. You had Dispo, because Goku had to transform to Super Saiyan Blue to beat to even overpower Dispo. You had, of course, you had Jiren. You had a lot of people that were able to overpower Goku at Super Saiyan God level. So it would, if they were able to go all out, it would come down to time, because Goku has a lot of durability, but I don't think he can survive a supernova explosion like Superman. So his durability, Superman is a lot more durable. He's a lot more powerful. He could wear him down with power if he was able to manage to get hard punches in on Goku, enough hard punches, just like Granola used a hard punch. He used a technique to disable Goku at Mastered Ultra Instinct level. So if Superman was to get a hit on Goku, it was to land a hit, because Goku would give Superman a beating of his life. I had to say that because of his combat speed. He has way faster combat speed than even Wonder Woman, than anyone else, because the anime is not for show. His combat speed, you can't physically see his movements, just like and they don't always slow it down. Sometimes they slow it down, but the human eye can't even keep up with their fighting. Unlike DC, you can see in the comic books, you can see their fighting. There's no one's vanishing and disappearing, because you can actually see their fighting. You can see Superman fading and out of existence. But the way his fighting speed is, Goku's fighting speed is much faster. He's much quicker with his fists, with his hands, with his key attacks and techniques. He could overwhelm Superman easily when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. But when his ki runs out or starts to deplete, starts to drain, Superman would eventually have an advantage and win. This is New 52, pre-New 52 Superman. But New 52 Superman loses easily. And I say why. His best attack is city level. His supernova attack is city level. Goku could beat him. Saiyan Psycho Goku could whoop him. If his best attack is city level, he loses to Saiyan Saga. He loses to Namek Saga easily. He loses to Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek Saga, would take him out. If his best attack is city level, because they were already planet level, they were already planetary level by the end of the Saiyan Saga. They were already planetary level. Especially Ginyu Saga Goku, especially Namek Saga, Cell Saga Goku. Either one of them could take him out with pretty much no problem, because New 52 Superman was the weakest iteration that ever came out. But pre New 52, Goku would eventually get worn down by Superman. If Superman went all the way out from the start, he could clock Goku easily with his overwhelming strength. Then he's too Superman. Goku wouldn't be able to just obliterate Superman. And like I said, it's unrealistic to say that they would fight to the death. So I don't even use those. What if they were bloodlusted? Well, if all this happens, it's unrealistic. I have to keep their characters in mind. And the fights I've seen with Superman, as far as fighting, he would get overwhelmed by Goku at first, until Superman would learn Goku's fighting patterns, and he started reading his fighting pattern, because he could take a beating. He could take a beating long enough to study Goku's fighting moves and fighting patterns, and then he'd eventually overwhelm Goku. That's pre-New 52. It'd be a good fight to see, but Superman would eventually come out on top. New 52, yeah, no. Superman stands no chance. He loses easily to base Goku. There's just no chance. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. That's all I'll have for today. I'm gonna think about. I have more topics coming up, and if I come up with something before the day's over, I'll let y'all. I'll be posting it, or I'll either post it today or tomorrow. But anyway, that's all I had for today. For right now, anyway. T Does Entertainment signing out.